Welcome to the Community Collective podcast. I'm Johnny B. Good, the flip-flop agent, and I've partnered with the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce to bring you the stories that shape our local communities. In our third season, our focus is about connecting, learning, and celebrating the voices that make our communities unique. Join us during this third season as we engage in thoughtful conversations and insightful moments. This podcast is commercial-free and supported by both myself, my co-host, and our guests. We would be so appreciative if you could like, share, and subscribe as we continue having conversations that matter, and cannot thank you enough for taking the time to listen. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or good night, depending on when and where you're listening. Man, we are kicking off season 3 with an interview for the ages. Now, this one is going to be coming out probably near the end of January because we have a very timely event that we'll be talking about there at the end that involves both myself and our amazing guest today. But before we get to that amazing guest, I have to say welcome to season 3 to my partner in crime, Mr. Travis Howell. Travis, my friend, how are you doing on this amazing January morning?
Oh man, I am doing so good. Really focusing a lot on the podcast, and I think I am excited just to continue like talking to people and learning about them. So it's a great day when I can do that.
Absolutely. You know what? And there's nothing better for you and I, who tend to be a little bit of a social butterfly at certain times, call us crazy, but it is so great to connect with those people in our community that are doing amazing things. And one of those amazing community members that we're so excited to talk with today is Mrs. Stacy Hurley. Stacy, how are you doing today?
Fabulous. It's a great day.
Fabulous. It is a great day. Now, do my eyes deceive me, or are we taking this meeting from what we would call a mobile office today?
I only have one kind of office. It's a mobile office.
That is fantastic. And you know what? Whatever works, because I'm sitting in my real estate office in the dark, like some type of IT gremlin. But you know what? We all have the areas in which we're comfortable. So I'm glad that you were able to take the time to join us today.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Let's kick it off with a nice softball question. Ireland's Dream, which is one of the organizations that is obviously near and dear to your heart that you are involved with, is dedicated to helping children with cerebral palsy achieving their goals. Can you share more about the inspiration behind the mission and how Ireland's story has shaped the organization's approach?
All right. So Ireland is an 11-year-old. She lives here in Davison with her parents, Mark and Megan. Both of her parents are doctors. And so when Ireland was born, she was born with cerebral palsy. She is tube fed and nonverbal. And they knew the struggles right away. They researched out therapies that could help her and traveled all over this state, all over this country, sometimes out of country to get her therapy that would improve quality of life. 1 in 1,000 kids are born with CP, and insurance right now covers mainly adaptability, and they wanted their little girl to be all that she could be. So they've put together some therapies that have helped in their travels. They've seen other kids that have the struggles just like Ireland, and sometimes not the finances to get the therapies that Ireland has had. And they want to give every kid like Ireland an opportunity to be all they can be. So that's where Ireland's Dream has come from. It's just to give all those kids that have CP in various forms the ability to get alternative therapies.
That is amazing. And I recall Megan being one of our first guests all the way back in season 1, where we were talking about this extensively. And what's amazing, a lot of parents would just try to deal with their own individual situation. And it is rife with challenges and fraught with unknowns and uncertainties. And for Ireland's parents to be able to go out and be willing to do the work for others that have been afflicted with CP was just tremendous.
As parents, we don't have a book on how to raise kids, but there's definitely not a book out there on how to raise a kid with a disability and where the resources are available to get the help that they need.
Absolutely.
And what
Absolutely.
I love is we're all parents and we want all our kids to live life the best way they can and just have those memories. And I know when we've interacted with Ireland Stream and talking to you and Megan and their family, that's what they're doing. Yes, they're faced with more challenges. Ireland is a part of their family. They go on trips together. They are experiencing everything with them, getting her to laugh. And I think I love seeing that. And I think that adds to how important their story is and the impact they're having and showing that every child deserves the same experiences no matter where they are or what is going on in their life at the time. And I think that what's going on with Ironman's Dream is a wonderful example, and it brings it close to home because we see it what's going on there. And as parents, I think I love seeing what Megan and Mark and the whole team is doing there.
I agree. I definitely love her vision and how she can dream in color. This project is larger than life, and to be able to see it happen is just mind blowing.
And so, Stacey, that kind of leads into a great question. Iron Stream, the organization is working towards building a $25 million therapy center here in Davison, Michigan. Could you elaborate on the expected impact of the center for children with cerebral palsy and their families, and what kind of therapies or services are going to be offered?
Absolutely. The therapy center is actually going to be more like a campus. We are going to start with the baseball field. It'll be convertible so that our kids with disabilities can play with any kid. And that will happen this year. And then we will have housing for 20 families to come stay at a time. We'll have Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is actually phase 4. And then the center of it all will be the therapy center, um, that will give therapies that are alternative therapies that Dr. Strockman and Dr. Morningstar have researched out or have gotten Ireland themselves. Some of these therapies include medic therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, vibration therapy, scoliosis therapy, hippo nutritional therapy, and then also family therapy because families that have a kid or a child with disabilities are more likely to face divorce than your average household. So our goal with Ireland's Dream is to not be a hospital, not be a facility that is cold. We want it to feel like home. We want it to be a place that they can practice their wheelchairs or their equipment, a space where they can be a kid. We'll have a playground that will be fully handicap accessible. We'll have trails where they can ride their trikes. And so it'll be an entire campus just for kids with cerebral palsy.
Oh my gosh. I know I've always talked to you guys and gotten the different stages, but when you think about this is a place for families that don't know what's going on and might be brand new to their child having cerebral palsy and not knowing where to go or what to do. And you guys are making what kind of like a hub for family wellness, for family happiness, and to just make that life a better place. And I think that's a wonderful thing. We can experience so many things with them and to see these stages. And I cannot wait for that baseball field
Right.
to pop up because I imagine you guys can see it. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, we have this property. Now something is there. We're really going forward. And I think that will motivate more and more people to really see the mission and the focus of Ireland Stream when there's something physically there.
Absolutely. Currently, I am parked at the Ireland Stream property. So this is my view.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Um,
I think this is very appropriate for this podcast, is that you're right there in the heart of where it's all gonna happen.
Amazing to be able to be a one of a kind facility. There's not another facility out there like this, and have the resources all under one roof where a family can come and get the knowledge that they need to live their best life.
Oh, for sure. Now, as having a background in project development and having owned multiple businesses in the past, my mind goes to where are the roadblocks? Where are the challenges? What have been some of the major challenges that you've faced during this journey with Ireland's Dream, especially in terms of like the fundraising, community engagement, kind of community adoption, those thoughts there?
Some of the challenges have been to create a buzz about a place that doesn't exist yet. And the project, you said $25 million. Actually, with the cost of living and all this stuff, it's more like 30 million now. And that's a very overwhelming number. And to create that buzz, to build a place so big is been probably the biggest challenge. We've been met with some smaller challenges, getting a big company to take notice of what we're doing and finding those event sponsors is always a struggle. Right now, we have 8, I believe, fundraising efforts going on throughout the year. And just recently, we had a fundraiser downtown Davison, and it was a great event. Lots of people. We raised good money. And it's a struggle to, at the end of the day, we had to hand over all that fund that we raised to the township for property taxes. Um, that was a big struggle. With all those struggles, though, have been just some amazing things. To me, I can go places now and start talking about Ireland's Dream, and people have heard about us. And that's spread wider than just Davison. Davison has been an amazing community for us. The people here show up to our events, they talk about us, they share our stuff. We couldn't be where we are today without all of that. But this project is going to take us way outside of Davison. We got to create that buzz in Genesee County. We got to create that buzz in the state of Michigan. And knowing how to get there isn't necessarily in my back pocket.
I know we've all been involved in something, but like you said, there's always been like a physical building you can go to, or it's something that already existed. So I can only imagine the challenges of saying, we had this big dream and a vision. It's gonna get accomplished, it's gonna come true, but we just need you guys to visual it with us. And I really see it when you go to community events. You can see people talking about it, or you see someone with an Ireland Stream hat on, or a T-shirt from the 5K you guys organize. And I think it's amazing. I can only imagine what it will be like when that buzz continues to keep growing, and it's like that ripple effect. You throw that little pebble in Davison, and it just will keep spreading. And I'm excited to watch that. How long have you guys remind us? How long has this dream started?
Ireland Stream officially became a nonprofit in 2015. And then I believe it was the following year we had our first fundraiser, which was a 5K race in Abernathy Park. It was uh, Dream the Race, Race the Dream. And that race has actually become the Lucky Pumpkin now. 2021, we got back on the horse because COVID shut us down. And we purchased the 18.7 acres here in Davison. And Ireland Stream hired their first employee. So that was exciting. 2023, we've gotten our first approval on the baseball field. So we know that's definitely going to happen. And 2024, we're going to break ground on that field. So that's pretty exciting too. We've definitely been blessed.
And I will say, I know I have seen the impact you guys already have had. And I think it's because you guys work not only hard on spreading the message of Ireland Stream and the goals and the mission of it, but you're also organizing so many wonderful and fun events that a wide variety of people are participating in. And and I won't be able to name them all, but some of the ones that really pop in my head is the Arctic Splash, the Shamrocks in Shenanigans, and one that I know my wife and I really enjoyed was the Green Ties for the Dream Gala, which was so much fun. And so, how do these events contribute to both raising awareness and funds for the cause and the dream?
So the fundraising events have gotten us to where we are. We couldn't have purchased this property without them. We couldn't create the buzz that we have without them. They will always take place. Eventually, the fundraising efforts will be what keeps our we're grateful for what we have, and those events have gotten us where we are. We actually, like I said, have 8 different events. That doesn't include the festivals and the parades and the events that other people have for us. They're just the 8 events that we do on our own. So, they will get us there, and they will get us to the people that we need to reach. I obviously don't know a person that is going to give us $30 million to build the facility, but eventually I will meet the person or meet a person that knows a person that will make it happen.
And I think that's a determination that is going to make this the best project I think our community has seen in so long that's going to have that ripple effect. And I love that. That you said, I'm going to meet that person, whether they're giving me $5 or 30 million. And the whole Ireland Stream team, I think, has that mentality like, we're going to spread this message to every single person we meet and just share a little bit of that story. And if they go away with it, at some point, someone's going to hear about it and think, oh, this is something that I want to be part of. This is something that this community really is going to influence the world with. And I love that. I think when you go to any of the events, that they're fun, but they're also bringing awareness
Right.
and it's also bringing together different people all the time to what you guys are doing. And I think I think a lot of organizations, I think, can watch you guys and get a lot of good ideas on how to build something from the simple thing of a family loving their kid and saying, we can
Absolutely.
do better as a society to make life best it can be.
As we all are. We've all been so fortunate to be involved with so many of your amazing events, not only personally, but through the chamber as well. And we love to engage and participate. But Stacy, we got to get down to brass tacks here, girl. The Arctic Splash is coming up, and it's coming up
It
on
is.
February 10th of this year, the day after my wife's birthday. So I told her in honor of this amazing event, I'm not getting her anything for her birthday. I'm going to be donating all of those funds to Ireland's Dream. But I am literally going to be doing an Arctic Splash out at one of our other great and amazing venues, which is Lake Callis. So, as someone who is participating, what is the significance of this event for you personally and the rest of your team there at Ireland's Dream? And what would you like the community to know about this experience, except that it's cold?
It is very cold. And this girl doesn't like to be cold. So that's a big deal. Prior to this event last year, I had never witnessed a polar plunge. I had never been a part of a polar plunge, but we definitely saw the value in what a fundraising event like that can bring in. And it's a community event. Anybody can get involved. If you're under the age of 18, you just need to bring a parent with you. Of course, we have a waiver to sign, but anybody can say, hey, I want to be a part of this. And if they go to our Facebook page or if they go to our website and follow the links to the Arctic Splash, you can sign up as an individual. You can bring a team and you can fundraise up until February 9th at noon is the cutoff for fundraising. We went to Classy as our setup for this event online, and it allows each person to have their own individual page to raise money on their own so that they can share it on social media. This event is for anyone. You don't have to go in the water. We have different levels of gifts, Ireland Stream swag that you get for each level. And the first and foremost at 25, if you decide you don't want to go in the water, you get a shirt it's a ducked out shirt. I ducked out of Ireland Stream Arctic Splash. And you can wear it with proudly because you helped raise money. But we have levels from 25 all the way up to get swag. And a lot of the swag is we're not going to sell this swag. The swag is only going to be earned. So that's exciting. You don't have to be experienced puller plunger to join us. That's in itself is something cool because it just opens the door up. And we hope that people come out and witness all of the crazies going in the water. And I will be one of them.
So just to be clear, so that we have it on record and we can come back to this, you will be going in the water. That is a yes. You, Stacy Hurley, will be going in the water.
I will be going in the water. And this is my opportunity to raise funds myself. I have a team. We are GC Strong. And my brother in law, who passed away this year from cancer, had to go through tough times and hard things. And I was like, what's going in the water? It's nothing. So it's just one small thing. And it kicks off our fundraising year. This is our first event of the year. Yep, I will definitely be going in the water.
That's amazing. I will as well. And my 11-year-old enthusiastically volunteered to go in as well. So maybe I'll have mom sign both my waiver and his waiver since we're both children. And should be a really good time. We are super stoked about it. And I'm going to leverage all of these real estate agents in my office to donate as well. So hopefully I can show up there with a big fat check as well. And we're going to have a doggone good time. Cold, but good.
Last year we were blessed. Last year it was like it is today. It was sunny out. The water was not completely frozen, so we actually had to run in and run out. I don't know if that's a better option than just jumping in. If the lake it is frozen over, we will cut a hole in and jump in. So we have options, but we couldn't do this without the help of Lake Callis. We couldn't do it without the help of the fire department for Davison because they actually volunteer their time to come out. We'll have the ambulance service out there as well. So no worries on that. But I hope everyone gets an opportunity to come out and enjoy and be a part of what Ireland Stream is all about.
Absolutely. And I'm doing my Wim Hof breathing exercises. I'm taking my cold showers. I'm trying to build up to it because I will be embarrassing myself and screaming like my 7-year-old daughters, which is perfectly fine. I am happy to do it for a good cause. And I'm sure Travis will be out there recording it so that he can show all of our peers as well about how I screamed like a little girl and ran back to the
All
pavilion.
right.
Hey,
Well,
you
and I
always get
do
to
have
have
some
proof.
and I do have some tips for you. Last year we had people that went in swimsuits. We had people that went in fully clothed. The looser the outfit, it seemed like it was a little easier to get off afterwards. So that's one of my pro tips. And then if you bring a friend and have them hold your stuff, in fact, if you put that stuff in like a plastic tote or I had a robe there. So as soon as I came out of the water, I had a robe to wrap up to get to the warming station. Um, that was a good idea. We do have a warming station that will be set up. There's bathrooms to change in at Lake Callis, and we space people out so you have enough time to utilize those facilities. But I also used a swim cap. That was a good idea. So those are the tips I can give you. It's going to be cold.
So one question I'm sure everybody's asking, how can someone sign up to join Johnny and all the other people that are jumping into a frozen Lake Callis and support Ireland Stream? How do you sign up for the Arctic Plunge?
So you can go to our Facebook, Ireland's Dream, or you can go to www.irelandsdream.org. There is an S in Ireland, and there's a button to click into. It'll take you to our Arctic Splash, and you can then be a team and form a team, join a team, or join as an individual. So we've got lots of options.
Good. So now there's no excuses for anyone around, right? Go jump in Lake
Right.
Callis. watch Johnny scream
Yes.
and hop around a little bit after he gets out and he's a little bit frozen. Watching it last year and people doing it and seeing the passion for doing something crazy and fun, but it's all for a wonderful community focused group. And what better way to start off the year by doing the little frozen bath challenge?
We are freezing for a reason.
I love it.
What a great tagline. So, Stacy, thank you so much for taking the time today. I know that prior to us starting to record the pod, you said you were nervous. You were an absolute expert and you did fantastic. So, please don't be a stranger. We would love to have you on to talk about future events. And we at the Chamber, for myself, Travis, all of us, we're so admirable of the things that you do with Ireland's Dream and having Megan on, and it's great for the community, but it's amazing to see our local community members with so much passion for something that is so near and dear to their hearts. Everybody's so focused on making money and shuffling kids around and all the other things that we worry about in the day to day. So to really see a group of individuals like yourself and your team over there at Ireland's Dream really have such a focus on all of the amazing things that you guys are planning with this facility, we're just so thankful to have that. You don't see that in a lot of communities, and to have that here in Davison is so tremendous. And I want to personally thank you for all that you do. Apologies for the abrupt end of that episode. We had a technical issue there at the end, which means that wraps up another insightful episode of the Community Collective podcast. A huge thanks to Stacy Hurley for joining us today and sharing the incredible journey and aspirations of Ireland's Dream. It is truly inspiring to see such dedication and vision right here in our community. As we close out, remember, it's not just about listening to these stories, but also about taking action. Whether it's supporting Ireland's Dream, diving headfirst into a freezing lake, or just spreading the word, every little bit counts. We are all part of this amazing Davison community and its tapestry, and each thread, that's you, me, and all of our guests, strengthens the whole picture. Let's keep weaving this tapestry together with more stories, more laughs, and yes, even more splashy Arctic adventures. Don't forget to follow us, like, share, review, rate, and subscribe to stay connected with all the powerful narratives we have lined up this season. I am Johnny B. Good, the flip-flop agent, along with Travis Howell signing off. Whether morning, noon, or night, wherever you are, keep making a difference in your community. Until next time, stay warm, stay inspired, and we'll see you next week.